How do you react when YouTube predicts your death and gets it right? I should have just closed the tab, clicked away, put my phone down, and gone to bed like a normal person. But instead, I sat there at 3 in the morning, bleary-eyed and restless, staring at a video thumbnail of my own face, grainy, low resolution, but unmistakably me. The title was simple, my name and a date. 3 days from now, you know that sinking feeling when you realize something's horribly wrong, but your brain tries to rationalize it anyway. That was me. I laughed nervously at first, muttering to myself about creepy deepfake channels and AI garbage, but my hand was trembling. When I clicked play, the video wasn't a parody. It wasn't some deepfake. It was me, same clothes, same bedroom, even the crooked poster on my wall in the background. Except in this video, I wasn't scrolling YouTube. I was lying on the floor, still, blood trickling from my mouth, eyes wide open and glassy. I slammed my laptop shut, heart hammering, but that image burned into me. My death filmed and uploaded before it even happened. And if you think that's the worst part, it wasn't, not even close. Because that was only the first video. There were more, each one waiting for me. Each one showing me what came next. But before I tell you what I saw, you need to understand how it all began. Asterisk. It started like any other night. The kind of night you don't even remember the next. Morning because nothing worth remembering happens. I couldn't sleep, so I did what most of us do. Doom scrolled. One tab open for Reddit, another for YouTube. The algorithm spoon-feeding me the same recycled top 10 scariest things found in the woods videos. I'd already half-watched a dozen times. Don't get me wrong, I like horror. I've grown numb to it, actually. Creepy thumbnails, over-the-top narrators, clickbait titles promising footage too disturbing for TV. After a while, it all feels like background noise. I'd let the autoplay drone on while I checked my phone, chuckling at how predictable the scares were. But that night, I wasn't even entertained. I was restless, half irritated, clicking deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, chasing something weird enough to make me feel anything at all. That's when I found it. A channel with no banner, no description, no playlist. Just a handful of shaky, silent videos with titles that made no sense. At first glance, it looked like any low-effort channel, destined to rot in obscurity. And yet, something about it held me there, against my better judgment. I clicked. Asterisk, the channel's name was nothing but a string of numbers and letters. Like someone had mashed their keyboard and hit enter. No profile picture, no banner art, no about section. Just 6 videos. Each one had the same kind of thumbnail, blurry frames, like they'd been pulled from cheap security footage. The titles, though, that's what made my skin crawl. Each one was just a date, not past dates, future ones. I hovered over the first video. It showed a man sitting at a kitchen table, stirring coffee. Nothing dramatic, nothing scary, except the upload date was September 12th, and the title said September 13th. Tomorrow, another video. A teenage girl walking her dog down a suburban street. Tomorrow's date again, then an older woman folding laundry. A little boy climbing into a school bus. Each one completely mundane, completely forgettable. Except none of them had happened yet. The silence was what got me. No music, no narration, not even ambient background noise. Just a still camera capturing people who didn't know they were being filmed. I should have clicked away, closed the window, but then I saw the last video. The thumbnail stopped me cold. It was me, grainy. Yes, but I knew that face, that messy hair, the faint shadow of the poster behind my bed. The title was Tomorrow's Date. For a long moment, I just stared, the glow of the screen making my skin feel colder and colder. My chest tightened, every rational part of my brain screaming to shut it down. But I didn't. I clicked play, even though every part of me told me not to. That's when curiosity turned into dread. Asterisk, the video began with a jolt of static, then steadied into a shaky shot of me standing in my bathroom, brushing my teeth. That was it. No jump scares, no creepy music, no sudden cuts. Just me, half asleep, staring into the mirror with toothpaste foaming at the corners of my mouth. I almost laughed. That was the horror. Some stalker channel predicting my dental hygiene routine. I told myself it had to be edited, or worse, some kind of deepfake scam. The footage was blurry enough to leave room for doubt. Besides, if someone wanted to scare me, they'd go for something more dramatic than Colgate and a toothbrush. Still, the timestamp bothered me. It said 7:42 a.m. tomorrow, the next morning. I forgot about it at least until I stumbled into the bathroom at exactly 7:42. Groggy, toothbrush in hand, I glanced up at the mirror and froze. I was standing at the same angle, same messy hair, same stupid expression. The only difference was that this wasn't a screen. By the time I spit into the sink, my hands were shaking. Coincidence, I told myself. Had to be. Until I dropped my coffee a few minutes later, just like in the second clip I'd watched. The mug shattered on the kitchen tile, and my stomach dropped with it. It wasn't just showing me, it was showing me tomorrow, and the next video waiting on that channel wasn't so harmless. I had to see it, asterisk. Every night, at exactly midnight, a new video appeared. Always the same. A blurry clip of me, uploaded 24 hours before it happened. At first, it was still harmless me scrolling my phone, microwaving leftovers, tying my shoes. But then the tone shifted. One night, the video showed me slipping on the stairs, bruising my shoulder. The next day, it happened. Another showed me getting into an argument with my best friend. Mark. I dismissed it as paranoia until, sure enough, we snapped at each other over something stupid. Our words almost identical to the muffled dialogue in the video. When I tried telling him about it, he laughed. "You're overthinking this, man. Creepy channels are a dime a dozen. Just stop watching." But how could I stop when the channel seemed to know me better than I knew myself? The videos grew darker. Me sitting alone in my room, crying. Me smashing my phone against the wall. Me walking home with blood dripping from my hand. Each clip was like a breadcrumb leading me further into some inevitable collapse. I started counting the hours until midnight, dreading the moment a new episode of my life dropped. And then, one night, I refreshed the page and saw a new title. No blurry thumbnail this time. Just 2 words and a date. My death. Tomorrow, the dread wasn't coming anymore. It had already arrived. Asterisk. I watched it 3 times before my brain let the meaning sink in. The footage started with static and a slow pan across my apartment, my couch, the dent in the carpet where I always kick my shoes, the lamp I never fix. Then the camera locked on me. I was on the floor, curled like a broken animal, chest rising in shallow, rattling breaths. The frame cut closer until the only clear thing was my face. Pale eyes glossed over, a thin line of blood at the corner of my mouth. There were no screams. No soundtrack, just that awful clinical stillness that makes everything worse. The camera angle shifted, as if whoever filmed it couldn't decide whether to show mercy or to watch. A shadow slid in the background. A door creaked. The last shot was me staring up at whatever held the lens, mouth forming a word I couldn't hear. I closed the laptop. My hands were numb. I told myself it was a prank, a rendering, anything but gospel. But the next morning, I woke with exact pressure in my chest, the video implied. I took inventory of my life and convinced myself there was time to outsmart whatever this was. Then, 2 hours after I swore I'd stop checking, the channel uploaded one more clip. It wasn't a rewind or a replay. It was footage of me after, the last frame still moving, calling, as if the camera had kept rolling beyond death itself. Asterisk, the upload's title, was the same date as my supposed death, only marked with a single word, after. I shouldn't have clicked, but I did. And what I saw, it made no sense. The video showed me stumbling through my apartment hours after I should have been gone. My skin was gray, lips cracked, eyes unfocused. I clawed at the walls, leaving streaks that looked too dark to be dirt. At one point, I turned toward the camera, face hollow, and begged for help. My voice was warped, but I know what I said. Please, it hurts. Please stop. I slammed the laptop shut so hard the hinge cracked. How do you reason with footage of yourself that shouldn't exist, that couldn't exist? Listen, if you've ever seen anything like this online, I need to know. If you've stumbled across a channel that uploads you before you live it, before you even breathe it, tell me. Because I think the channel isn't just predicting, it's deciding. Every clip wasn't prophecy, was a command, written into my life like code. And if that's true, then maybe the person or thing behind it could still be found. I had to investigate. Asterisk. Tore into the channel like someone ripping open a wound. Metadata yielded almost nothing uploader masked. IPs bouncing through proxies, but cached snapshots and comment timestamps left traces. An obscure uploader handle appeared across forgotten message boards. It posted the same day tonally clips months ago, then vanished. I chased usernames through archive sites and found old accounts tied to missing person reports. Profiles frozen in time the week before someone disappeared. Comments under the videos were stranger. Lines of hexadecimal repeating phrases, and a handful of usernames that looked like friends from my past or like me. One commenter, afuck_reborn92, my username, with numbers I'd never chosen, had posted a single message 2 years earlier. uploaded, the account creation date predated my birth year. I sent screenshots to Mark. He brushed it off, then texted late with a shaky, "Do you remember this?" and attached a screenshot I hadn't shown. Him one of the channel's oldest uploads, featuring a woman reported missing 3 years ago. Every breadcrumb led to others who'd been uploaded. It felt less like an algorithm glitch and more like an organized pattern. Whoever ran this wasn't random. They were systematic and they had been doing it a long time. Asterisk, I don't know why I'm still recording this. Maybe because I don't want to be the only one who knows. Maybe because if I stop talking, the silence will swallow me whole. If you've ever stumbled on something like this, if you've ever seen a channel that shouldn't exist, tell me. Post it. Comment. Because I can't be the only one. I won't believe I'm the only one. I'm starting to think the channel spreads the same way a story does. By being told. By being heard. By being remembered. So maybe you're safe now. Maybe this ends with me. Or maybe not. If you're still watching, maybe you'll see yourself next. A grainy thumbnail. A date. Your name. I refresh the channel every hour now, dreading what will appear. And tonight, it finally did. Asterisk, the notification hit while I was mid-sentence. A soft ping, the kind I've heard 1,000 times, but it felt like a gunshot in my skull. My browser refreshed itself, as if the channel knew I was watching. And there it was, a new upload. Today's date, the thumbnail, me, right here, sitting in this chair, speaking into this microphone, eyes wide with panic. I clicked. Of course I clicked. The video played back everything I'd just said, every word, every tremor in my voice. And then, after the part you're hearing right now, it kept going. It showed me staring at the screen in silence, breathing heavy, then looking straight at the lens with this expression I don't recognize, part despair, part acceptance. I don't know how long I have before that moment arrives. Maybe minutes, maybe seconds. So listen carefully. By the time you hear this, it'll already be online. It'll already exist. And maybe that means it isn't just my story anymore. Maybe the channel has you now too. Check your recommendations tomorrow. See if your face shows up.